Well, Michelle, welcome aboard.
Thank you. Thank you for having me back today.
I'm trying to think of the last time I saw you.
It has been several years now. Lots of changes have happened since that time.
Okay. Releve Sports. Now, I said that correctly, right?
You did.
Now, are you still in the building there right by Legoland? Is that still your headquarters?
We are still headquartered there, but the great news, so if you are headed there for whatever reason it might be.
I drive it by it every day.
We are still currently upstairs, but we are actively right now working with the contractors, and we are going to be moving to our new location. So our headquarters will be moving in Winter Haven. We'll be located at 475 East Central Avenue. So this is on Central in the downtown medical core. It's part of the Winter Haven downtown CRA district. Okay. And so we are going to be moving into a new location right downtown with every other medical office building.
Okay, so is that east of First and Central, or is it west?
Yeah, so this is on the east side. You know, we're across the street from Gessler OBGYN. Okay. We're catty corner from Bond Clinic. We're right next to Winter Haven OBGYN and Winter Haven Family and Cosmetic Dentistry. Okay. So we'll be right there.
Okay, perfect. Well, I think that's going to be a great location. I really do. You know, it is kind of medical row there, isn't it?
It is, yeah. So we're hoping to get a little bit of that kind of juju coming in from the local community. I'll tell you where we have been. We have been able to build incredibly by word of mouth and referrals. Mm-hmm. It's not because people are driving by or walking by and go, oh my gosh, I need to go to that place. So I would say that's a testament to my team and to what we've been able to do. But now we have so many people coming into Polk County, coming into Winter Haven, and being able to have that visibility for the office now will be a really great opportunity moving forward.
And I don't think, she's being a little shy about it, but she has a connection to Major League Baseball as well. So tell us about your connection to the Washington Nationals.
Absolutely. So yes, I have been a spring training team physician for the Washington Nationals since 2017. I'm actually going to be headed down there here in a couple of weeks. This year, the Major League Baseball winter meetings were held in Orlando. And so that was an opportunity. Normally I attend, but I attend virtually. We go through and we do education and, being able to essentially keep the athletes healthy, keep them on the field, keep them playing, keep them injury-free as much as possible. That's just a huge push of that meeting. And this year I reached out to them. I said, hey guys, this is my backyard. And they said, no problem. Got me a credential. So was able to, just interface that live, which is a great opportunity.
Well, that's good stuff. For those of you that don't know a little bit about her background, she's also a water skier. Shockaroo! Here in Polk County and Winter Haven. Tell us a little bit about that, real quick.
Absolutely, yeah. I married into a family of water skiers.
That was the bait. Let's see if you take it.
That's right. So I've been a part of the Cypress Gardens water ski team for a number of years. It's a fantastic organization. If you haven't been able to attend a show, that's the first and third Saturdays of the month. You're welcome, Mark Boisard. And it really is. It's free to come to. The food is great. The food is at a good price as well. But the best thing there is the show. I have a 2-year-old now, and my 2-year-old, along with his cousin, they'll sit there as 2-year-olds, and they are actively watching. You don't have to provide them with snacks or other activities because it really is that entertaining. The kids and the families and the people, the skiers who are out there are so good. It's a hidden gem for those folks that are moving into our area that you really should plan to attend.
All right.
So, to the sports medicine side of things again, what if you were a parent of an athlete, what precautions would you take for these kids?
Yeah, to me the biggest thing at this point is not sports specializing at a young age. It's so contagious. The coaches talk about it, the other parents talk about it, in terms of year-round sports, as much as you're able to. You heard from the guys in the last segment, these were guys who could have played basketball or baseball or probably, football. And that diversity of sports is just astronomical in terms of how that can help with injury prevention from all of the overuse injuries that we see. And the beautiful part, you know, with our new provider who has joined us, Dr. Sandra Holseth, it's given us the opportunity. My schedule is so full that I wasn't able to fit all these other people in. And you know, as a parent, when you have something that comes up, like, you need to know now, and you want to know what is going to get them better, what's going to get them back on the field. And so that accessibility that we've been able to provide for those parents, because it's, you know, it's that stuff that keeps you up at night. What's the next step? How do we do this? What's going to be the steps in the process? And that's where we've been able to expand. We've been able to provide more of the accessibility with the services.
Michelle, you said something that I've been saying for years, and you kind of phrased it maybe a little better than I do, but one of the things that is so attractive here in Central Florida is also one of the things that is a liability, in that kids have a tendency to migrate to one thing as opposed to being multi-sport. And let the kids grow up. Let them enjoy multiple sports. You know, I'm originally from the state of Wisconsin, and you play winter sports, you play spring sports, summer sports, fall sports, and arguably some of the best athletes in the world were multi-sport kids. But it also, what you alluded to, or what you said, was it doesn't, at a young age, it doesn't overuse certain joints, muscles, bones, and that type of stuff. That's, to me, that's a problem right now. It's not a good thing. They need to diversify.
Absolutely, yeah, that diversification at a young age. The other benefit that provides, not only from preventing the overuse injuries, but, you know, what are you building on in these sports? You know, in baseball, it's hand-eye coordination. In basketball, it's going to be similar but different. And, you know, with some of these sports, it's unidirectional, right? You only have a backswing to the right. You only have a follow-through to the left. You know, you're developing asymmetries there from a young age, when this is a time where they're building muscle memory, where they're having the muscle hypertrophy occur, so that when you have all of these additional sports, it's, you know, you build in what's that foot-eye coordination, where is their balance, what's their stability, and those are things that allow these, you know, how do you become the best base stealer? By playing basketball, by playing football. He didn't build that in his baseball activities, but versus, you know, the best hitter, the best, so that, for me, that's one of the hardest things, you know, to have those conversations about daily.
Is it the, everyone talks about concussions. Concussions seem to be the overwhelming concern at the moment with young people, but what tends to be the injury that occurs most often that you see?
Oh, that's a great question. Concussions are definitely common, and, you know, the incidents in high school sports, concussions are up there, but it's knee injuries, it's shoulder injuries. You know, it really is very sport dependent. What we're seeing right now, as we're on the tail end of basketball, as we're starting to get into baseball, we have some of the lacrosse activities that are about to start happening. It's that really becomes very sport specific. So what we're seeing throughout the year does tend to fluctuate. For example, in July, August, it's heat illness. We see a lot of heat illness with the local universities, because these kids are, you know, whether they're coming from out of state or they're coming, you know, from maybe not having done all the things their coaches wanted to do over the summer for training, they show up, they're just not acclimatized, they're not ready, and so then they're getting hot.
That's a big issue here in Central Florida when it, excuse me, you know, that temperature's 90 plus virtually every day, you know, in the summertime, big issue. You know, I've been a victim of it. I'm sure Jack has too. Yeah. And what's the best way to prevent that? Is it pre-activity? Is it during the activity? Post-act? Tell us about, you know, what you recommend.
Yeah, it's a great question for really everybody. You know, it's preparing for the activity. If you know you're going to be playing outside, it takes your body a week of outdoor activities in order, you actually change how you sweat. So you change the volume of sweat, and you change what type of electrolytes get put into your sweat. You have to be outside to do it. So if you're training inside for an outdoor event, you have to move some of that outside just to get your body acclimatized. And then after that, then it comes to things that you can do to prevent. prevent. So maybe it's your first time out. One is hydration. That one's, the easy low-hanging fruit. But the other part is, the Florida state laws for high school, they require that you initially train without helmets or pads. Why is that? Because those prevent you from being able to evaporate your heat. There's evaporation. There's several ways, convection, conduction, of how you remove heat from your body. But being able to transition from not having pads to having full pads is those types of progressions also help to prevent heat illness.
And we've got just a few seconds left, but we talked a little bit earlier, actually before you came on, about the new technologies that they have that are a little less intrusive than, plasma-rich, platelet-rich plasma, items like that. So you have those available right here locally.
We have those available locally, both in our Winter Haven and in our Lakeland location on South Florida Avenue. So PRP, there are other non-surgical treatment options for folks who are suffering from chronic pains, from knee arthritis, from a variety of chronic pains. We do those in both of our office locations now. Everything is fully stocked. If you are going to our Cypress Gardens Boulevard location, don't forget mid-February that we're going to be on Central Avenue. But yes, lots of opportunities, lots of next plan B, plan C, plan D if certain things aren't working for you.
So you don't have to fear the knife.
Yeah.
If you're undergoing pain.
That's
there are other
good.
options.
How do they get a hold of you? Or of Releve?
Absolutely. So they can call us. It's 863-401-4401. That's going to be the best number, and that's not changing.
And if you take a look at the left side, her left side, you'll see Releve Sports, like Relieve.
Like Relief.
Yeah,
Yep.
but it's Releve. I guess that's the way you pronounce it. Hey, Michelle, thanks a million. Hope to see you out there on the water pretty soon, too. Yeah, it wouldn't have been last week.
Yeah.
Well, I just saw I was supposed to have been ice fishing right now up in Wisconsin. And I get a call, and Mark, it's going to be pretty cold. And I said, what do you think? And he said, well, let's reschedule. 26 below zero actual temperature today. The high is supposed to be 13 below zero. No, this is up in northern Wisconsin where it's 300 inches of snow a year and it's cold. But anyway, different kind of acclimation, if you will.
Yes.
Yeah. So anyway, there you have it, everybody. Now you know a little more about ice fishing. So, Michelle, thanks again. Appreciate it. Say hi to the family for me, and we'll see you soon.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.